Hey, tribe, have there been things that you have been praying for this year that you have yet to receive or yet to see come to fruition? Could it be that you have not prepared for the thing that you have prayed for? A lot of times when we are praying for certain things, there is a person that we have to become in order to not only receive that thing, but to also maintain it so that we can keep it. So let's talk about today how you can prepare for what you have been praying for. Hey, tribe. So today we are going to discuss how we can prepare our lives to receive the things that we have been praying for and not only receive it, but also maintain it. So for those of you who are new here, I am Jocelyn. I know you like, girl, who is you? Who you be? Honey, I am Jocelyn. Okay. I am a military veteran. I'm also a life coach as well as a leadership consultant. So just wanted to let you know a little bit about who I am, but let's dive right into it. And let's first talk about mental health. A lot of times we can put our mental health back on the back burner, or sometimes we don't even think about it. We just kind of shove our feelings down and we try to keep it moving. But the truth is that we have to face these things daily. We have to face whatever is going on in our life so that we can face life without fear, because fear keeps you stagnant. Fear can keep you from doing things that you know that you need to do. And fear can just keep you away from the blessings that are actually for you. So, in order to face those things, we have to actually write them down. What are our thoughts? And journaling is a great way to actually face those things and to ask ourselves the deep questions that we need to ask so that we can face our issues and our problems head on. We want to be problem solvers. We don't want to just sit in the problem and make problems bigger than what they actually are. A lot of times when we write them out and we actually read them, we be like, wait a minute, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was. I know that that's been true for me. So I'm pretty sure it's true for a lot of you. And that's why journaling is important. You want to get a journal that is something that you actually want to write in. So I wanted to give you a few examples. For one, you can get one of these from TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx have these where you can get them and they actually come with an actual pen that matches the journal, but you want to get something pretty. You want to get something nice. Men, even you should get something that's like leather bound that feels good to the touch and is nice to work with. Also, if you're like me, I like something that kind of speaks to me. This really speaks to me. Shout out to Wear the Promise for this journal here, but this speaks to me. This is on brand for me. This speaks to my brand. And she's just beautiful and something beautiful to write in. And I also like to get pens of different colors because depending on my mood, it need to match the mood, right? So sometimes I'm feeling pinkish, I'm feeling good. Sometimes I'm feeling a little blue, a little purple, a little orange, it just depends. But the point is that you want to be able to write out your feelings. And some of the questions that are perfect to ask in this season is, what has been bothering me lately? What is it that's been on my mind that I need to face head on? Another question that you can ask yourself is, who has been bothering me lately? A lot of times, and we'll talk more about this when we come to the relationship piece, but a lot of times we can tell our dreams and our hopes to people who will essentially try to kill them. And a lot of times people don't do that intentionally, but if they can't see something for themselves, then they definitely can't see it for you. So they could be like, well, why you want to go for this new job? Why you not content with the job that you have? Or why you want to get a pet? That's a lot of responsibility. Are you sure you up for that responsibility? Or why you want to settle down now? Why you want a man now? Why you want a woman now? Ain't you having fun being single? Because they haven't found who they wanted. So we have to analyze those relationships and analyze the relationship that we have with ourselves, because a lot of times we accept this behavior because we accept that behavior from ourselves. So we have to really look at ourselves and say, you know what, self, have you really been good to yourself? Is there anything bothering you? Are there any joys that I should be celebrating that I never celebrated, things that I've done well. What are those things? So that when I overflow, I'm overflowing from a good place and not from a place of bitterness, not from a place of neglect, but I'm actually overflowing from a place of fullness and fullness of joy. So make sure that you are doing that for your mental health. Review the things that that you have been through this year. What do you need to do mentally to position yourself to receive what it is that you desire? Next is spiritual health. How is your spirit doing? Because your spirit will lead your body and your mind wherever it needs to go, right? So, how is your spiritual health? Do you need to go on a fast? Have you been neglecting reading scriptures? Have you been neglecting journaling and prayer journaling, or even prayer at all? Have you been neglecting these things? These things are deep rooted within us, and when we don't do them, it puts us in a place where we feel stagnant, where we can't hear, where there's so much noise and aggravation because our spirit isn't clear. A great way to quickly clear your spirit is to fast. If you've ever been on a fast, honey, you can get some clarity so fast. It's not even funny. When you turn down that plate and you be like, shut up, stomach, so I can hear, honey, that thing shuts up. So it may be time for you to go on a fast. Now, how long that fast needs to be is between you and the Lord. But think about, where is your spiritual health? Are you feeling weighed down? Are you feeling joyful? Why are you feeling these things? Do you need to do more of what is helping you to feel joyful? Or do you need to do less of the things that's making you feel weighed down? A lot of times we may feel weighed down because we have unexpressed emotions. We haven't talked to God about how we felt and how to actually navigate situations. So until you do that, we will feel spiritually stagnant. So this would be a great time to turn down your plate, to actually journal, to spend time in prayer and talk to the Lord and tell him how you're feeling and ask for wisdom. Because a lot of times we just go through life without asking for wisdom, or we may ask other people for wisdom who honestly have not even experienced what you're going through or even know what to say. The best person to go to is the creator of the universe. Go to God and ask him, how do I navigate this situation? What is it that I need to do to stop feeling weighed down? Sometimes we just need to unburden ourselves, but that's between you and the Lord and you and the Lord. So make sure that you are checking on your spiritual health as well, so that you are preparing yourself to receive what it is that God has for you. Because the truth is that whatever we have, we want to be fruitful with it, right? We want to be able to be in a good place with it, to help it to keep growing. We may need to cut some things away so that we can prune away the things that are keeping us in a bad place. We may need to keep feeding the things that we are doing well and that are helping us to hear. So make sure that you're checking on your spiritual health. Lastly is our physical health. Ooh, now this is probably the doozy right here. I know a lot of us, especially in this season where it's getting cooler outside, don't nobody feel like going outside and going to the gym, if we're being honest. But the truth is that when it comes to our physical health, this needs to be a habit. This isn't just a nice to do or nice thing to do, but for real, you're not going to always be motivated. You're not going to always feel like it. And that's why it's important to make sure that this is a habit, because when it's a habit, you'll just do it regardless. And that is the position that we need to put ourselves in. It is important for us to maintain our physical health, whether you work out 3 days a week to 5 days a week to 7 days a week. Either way, we have to make sure that we're focusing on our portion control. We have to make sure that we're focusing on actually getting our body moving. Even if you can't make it to the gym, you still should be moving, like going up and down the stairs in your home or just walking around your neighborhood. Whatever it is that you need to do it, because we want to be in the best shape possible. If it is children that you're waiting on, or if there is pets that you want to make sure that you're able to keep up with them, right? We want to have as much energy as possible. And it is difficult to have that when we are not putting our physical health first. And also thinking about self-care as well, taking the time to rest. A lot of us are not resting properly. Our sleep hygiene can be trash. We're not going to bed on time. We don't even have a bedtime. When you was a kid, you was like, why I gotta have a bedtime? But you woke up feeling great with a lot of energy. And when we become adults, it's like we just try to get away from those things. When the truth is, honey, a good nap will do you real well. A good night's rest will do you well. But if we are not taking the time to actually build that into a habit, because the habits is what's going to keep us consistent, not being motivated and things like that. So think about, where is your sleep hygiene? Do you need to take your phone out your room? Do you need to set um me time hours or bedtime hours on your phone where your do not disturb comes on? Now that's something that I do. I have my do not disturb on, I believe, from like 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. because I don't start working until after 10 a.m. So I don't want to be bothered with a bunch of notifications and text messages and things like that that are unnecessary. Now I do have some people who I still am able to receive their messages and things like that, because that's important. I don't live around my family, so I still have my phone on for that. But other than that, and boy, don't you call me with no foolishness, I'm gonna be upset. Because my me time in the morning is my devotional time. That's time that I spend with the Lord. And then in the evenings, that's the time when I do my evening routine, which is also important to your health too. You got to have some type of routine, but we'll talk about that later when we talk about space on the next video. But making sure that you are doing what you need to do for your physical health is very important to being able to receive the things that you have prepared for, because we want to have the energy to also maintain it. So I hope that these tips were helpful for you. What stuck out to you the most? If this video was helpful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as we continue this series. You are not going to want to miss any of the videos, and go back and check out previous videos as well. And don't forget to share these videos with someone who needs it, whatever phase of life that they're going through. We all could use a little refreshing, a little refocusing, and a little reset. So I hope that these tips will help you. Drop in the comments which tip resonated with you the most, so that I know that what was helpful. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments as well. Okay. I love you guys to life. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.